how to make old-fashioned green beans. You will need the green beans, half of a large onion, colorful peppers, bacon, and a few seasonings to taste. Let's begin with our onion. Slice both ends off. Let's get rid of those. Slice the onion in half, and let's peel the outer layer of the skin off. Once you peel one half, do the same to the other, peeling just the outside layer off of the onion. Start by slicing. It doesn't matter how thick your slices are. This is just to taste. Make it your own recipe. Once you get down to the end of the onion, turn the onion and start by slicing from the other end. This will prevent any cuts. To chop this, I just simply fan the knife across the onion. I like to use medium-sized pieces of onion. That's just my preference. That doesn't mean it may be your preference. Make this recipe yours. And then go ahead and dice the other part of the onion up. We're going to save half of this onion for later. Going to get started with the peppers. I'm using yellow, orange, and red peppers to give the green beans a little bit of color. I'm taking the tip of the knife and placing it on the cutting board while sliding towards myself. This allows you to cut the peppers without cutting yourself. Just remember to keep the tip of the knife down on the cutting board at all times. Once you've sliced through the peppers one way, simply turn the peppers, and then that will chop the peppers for you. Once all of your peppers are diced, just place them in the container. We're going to take all of these vegetables in and saute them with butter. Let's get started sauteing. I'm going to use 1.5 sticks of butter in the vegetables, and I'm going to cook these over medium-high heat. Give them a little stir to coat them in the butter. I'm going to go ahead and add my seasonings here. I am adding some bacon salt, perhaps a little more bacon salt. And then I'll go ahead and add my Greek seasonings. I like Greek seasonings, but you could use garlic spices, whatever suits your taste. I'm going to use coarse Greek seasonings and fine Greek seasonings and give them a nice stir in the pan as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my black pepper. Stir this and let it continue to cook on medium to medium-high heat for about 10 minutes. Now let's get our bacon ready. Bacon is a little harder to slice. Sometimes I will freeze it first. Once you've sliced it, you'll want to chop it. I take the tip of the knife and press it down and slide forward with the back of the knife. For 4 cans of green beans, I typically use about 6 slices of bacon. Well, we're back. Looks like this has sauteed up very nicely. It's been cooking for about 13 to 14 minutes. We're going to go ahead and add our bacon. Now the smell from these vegetables alone is simply amazing. But once the bacon starts to cook in, ooh la la. And this will all be added to our green beans. In the meantime, I've added 2 cans of green beans to my pot of green beans. I've got 2 more cans to add. I'll be putting half of this mixture on top of that when it finishes. And then I have drained one of the cans of green beans. And the reason why is butter does flavor it quite well. So I add 1 stick of margarine and a half a stick of butter. Now it can be salted, unsalted, it really doesn't matter. Whatever you have available is fine. And we're back. It's been about another 5 minutes. This is cooked up very nicely. It's too bad that we haven't invented smell-o-vision, because if you could just smell this, you would know that all the extra time that I'm putting into a simple can of green beans is absolutely worth it. So we're just going to sprinkle half of this mixture into our pot of green beans. Add our last 2 cans of green beans. And then we're going to take the rest of the pan and dump it in. You want to get all the bits and pieces into your pot. And the green beans are ready to go. Here's our green beans. We're going to go ahead and get them in the tureen. And they are now ready to serve.